On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Boysenberries. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bakes by Vasco. I'm Michelle with 1L, and I'm glad you're here. Well, we have reached 470 subscribers, and I want to give a great big shout out to all of you. You rock. Thank you so much. To all of you who haven't subscribed yet, you better catch on and do it, because guess what? It's day 9. That means we're closing in on day 12 very quickly. But we'll concentrate on today's cookie, which is a boysenberry. What is a boysenberry, you might ask? Well, it is a bow and boysenberry syrup, taking the maple leaf cookie recipe and making it my own. This will be a first-time bake for both of us, so let's get to it. What you're going to need is a half a cup of butter, 1/3 a cup of brown sugar packed, a 1/4 cup of boysenberry syrup, 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of milk at room temperature, 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. This will have to chill for 3 hours. Be prepared for that. Now, let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is, in a medium saucepan, combine the butter, the brown sugar, and the boysenberry syrup. Then we're going to bring this mixture to boiling, continuing to stir it. Got this on medium-high. While you're watching me bring this mixture to boiling, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you tried the recipe, give me a comment. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything coming up. Everything's good and melted. Now we just need to bring that to a boil. Now that that's nice and boiling, we're going to remove it from the heat and let it cool to room temperature. Now, while our syrup, brown sugar, and butter mixture, which I put my finger in it, let me tell you, it's a hot mess, but it's good, is cooling, you need that to room temperature before you can add any milk to it, we're going to mix together our dry ingredients, which is flour, baking soda, and ginger. And just in a bowl, mix them up till there's no lumps, and you've got everything incorporated. Then you'll make a hole, and when it's ready, that's where your syrup mixture will go. Our syrup, brown sugar, and butter mixture has now cooled to room temperature, so it is time to add our room temperature milk to that. Stir it all up. There you go. Now you've got a nice creamy base. And remember those dry ingredients earlier we made the well in? Well, now we're going to we're going to pour this into this mixture and mix it all together. Make sure to use a rubber spatula and get all that yummy goodness out of this saucepan. Saucepan. I sounded Italian there. New mouth, new rules. And just mix this together until you get a soft dough. I adapted a recipe from a cookbook in 1992. In 1992, they must not have believed in hand or stand mixers. Because I'll be honest, this would have been easier to do with an electric mixer. But it is now dough. Divide this into 2 parts. We're going to cover it, and we're going to refrigerate those 2 parts for 3 hours or until the dough is able to be worked with. Well, everybody, 3 hours has passed. Our dough has been refrigerated, and we let it sit out to room temperature so we can work with it. Now we're going to see if this actually works, because it's the first time that I've ever done this. So we're going to try the parchment paper method to roll it out, because we need it to 1/4 to 1/8 inch thick before we can use the cookie cutter. So I've already loosened this one, so I can just go plop. Fold that over. Take my trusty rolling pin and just use some elbow grease to flatten it down. Alright, I'm starting to squirt out the end. That looks to be about the thickness I need. So we're going to take our cute little bow cookie cutter and we're just going to start. Pull the dough away. Let's go ahead and make a couple so as I can pull the dough away in uniform instead of one at a time. Like I said, I decided to use bells because they are bows because they are trendy, and because Boysenberry could easily be called Boysenberry and be cute. All right, we have 3 bows. Going to carefully transfer them to the baking sheet. That one got messed up. So fix that little corner there. Then take my pastry cutter here and see if we can't get a more even transfer. Oven's ready. 375. That's what you need to preheat it to. All right, our boysenberry bows are now ready for the oven. We're going to bake these at 375 for about 6 to 8 minutes until the bottoms are lightly browned. Okay, the timer has gone off. That means our boysenberries are ready to come out of the oven. Whew. They're upside down to your view, but these are our bows. We'll let them cool on the rack for a little bit, and then we'll see what comes up next. I got another tray to go in for another, 7 minutes is what I ended up baking those at. Okay, our boysenberry cookies are going to cool, and I'm going to leave them overnight because I'll admit it, it's late, and you know how it gets when you're making Christmas cookies. It seems to go on forever. I want to decorate these, but I want to be fresh for you, so I will see you in the morning. Good morning, we slept the whole night through. Good morning to you. By the magic of editing, it is now morning. Our boysenberry cookies have cooled and they look really cute. And now we are going to decorate them. The maple leaf cookies don't call for anything but a glaze, but I'm going to be fancy today because I have 3 different things I'd like to try for you. I have some edible paint I'd like to try on these cookies. I have some edible glitter to write on these cookies. And then we, of course, have the traditional sanding sugars. So first thing we're going to want to do is make that glaze. So I'm going to set the cookies aside. Grab my bowl. It has 1 cup of powdered sugar in it. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 2 tablespoons of milk and a splash of boysenberry syrup. And then we're just going to mix all that together until it's smooth. It needs to be a nice thin consistency, so you may have to add more milk. That seems to be pretty good for the first try, but I'm going to add a little more syrup because I want a little more color. And I probably want a little more flavor. So that's about 2 tablespoons. I think that's a good consistency that things will stick to it. So now that we've got all this together, let's get to decorating. All right, the first thing we're going to do is glaze 3 of these cookies and then use sanding sugar on 2 of them and some what they call nonpareils on the others. So you just simply take your cooled bow cookie, dip it in your glaze, put it on your cooling rack, and then we'll just shake some of these on here. I have a baking sheet lined with foil underneath it to catch the drips. We'll take our second cookie, dip it in the glaze, Into that, we're going to use red sanding sugar and just sprinkle it on. Lastly, for our green sanding sugar, one more dip in the glaze on your sheet, and then just sprinkle. And there's that decorating idea. Now, set your glaze aside. We're going to use my edible sparkling glitter. I have green, gold, and red. Sounds like a Karma Chameleon from Culture Club song. I'm a lefty, so let's start here at the bottom and start at the top. So as you're watching me decorate these, don't forget to hit that like button, comment if you tried these, and also if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss out. We're almost done with our 12 Days of Christmas cookies, and that's the green. Now, this is a brand new method to me. I've had these for a while and not known what to do with them. They are edible paints. So I'm going to shake them up here. I have red and I have green. And we're going to put a couple dabs each in the bowl. All right, I'm not completely satisfied with the way this glitter gel looks. So we're going to fill in the center of the bow, not here. And then we're going to add a little bit of gold sanding sugar. If this was royal icing, it would be a lot better to flood, but I haven't mastered that yet. That's next on the list. You don't have to decorate your cookies the way I am. You can decorate them any way you want to. I'm just giving you some ideas. Now, let's take a wide fan brush here, and we'll start with the red. A couple dabs, and we'll just paint the bow. All right. And there is our red. I'll wash my brush. I'll be right back. All right, we have a clean brush. Now we're going to try for that green. And you're just going to do the same thing that you did before and paint you a pretty green Christmas boysenberry bow cookie. You get used to this painting art. So, like I said, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I have a cake that I really want to make, and when I hit 500 subscribers, I will make it. We will make it together. All right. Wipe off our fingers. And then just, these won't show up very well, but they'll be pretty and they'll be tasty. They'll make your cookie tray look very, very festive. These 9 are now done in several different styles of decorating. We're going to let these set and then decorate the rest of them, and then we'll get to the best part. Well, everybody, we have reached the end of our bake for day 9, our boysenberry bows, otherwise known as BowsNBerries. So thank you again for hanging out with me. This is Bakes by Vasco, and I'm Michelle with 1L, and I'm ready for the best part, the eating. I'll see you next time, everybody. It's a good cookie. Definitely give it a try. It's a big change from the maple. It's nice and sweet and more adult than the sticky sweet. No offense to you maple lovers. Put that out there. So give it a try.